We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Set to go, Young Wei Koo ready to do the honors.
And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. In motion, Hill. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. They set up the screen. Achane has it. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Okay, so roughing the passer, and I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week one as your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week. But, boy, are you on target. This is, this depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. To about the 48-yard line. Here's 2nd and 7.
All right.
Again, it's Achane. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, this shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
32 Stinger. Ready.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. He'll get this down to the 38.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Ready.
Looking to pass. Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 27-yard line. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
One down, only about 500 more to go this season. He would certainly welcome most of his passes this year going as well as that. Now that the first one is over, time to settle into a groove and begin the long journey towards Week 18 and hopefully the playoffs.
Tua sets up to pass it. And he rifles one incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now a 2nd and 10.
It's safe. Go ahead.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Short throw to Smith. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Go ahead.
Tua to throw again. Flush to his right. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Marquise Bell. And the Falcons are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. 2nd down and 6 now from the 26. Again, it's Robinson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And looking to throw, Penix. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Penix. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
Mooney, the motion man right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
They'll throw with Penix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Here's Penix. Touchdown! Drake London from 6 yards away. And the Falcons are on the board here first in the season opener.
Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
Here's 2nd and 10.
44. Ready.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. They'll run for it with Achane.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
So on 4th down, here's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return.
And it will be Falcon football. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
A spin. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge. And that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, Penix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
So from the 37, here's 2nd and 2. Algier now up the middle.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. To the air, Penix. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll run this one right with Robinson.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Bijan Robinson
taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Falcons go up by 2 touchdowns. Coup for the extra point.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
And that flag accepted.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at their own 26.
Hand off to Achane to begin the drive. And that to the 30. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd down and 6 now.
Here's Tua. Eluding the pressure right.
Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Couple of Alabama guys there. Tua to Waddle for the Miami first.
They're right here.
A run straight ahead with Achane.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Ready. Corner, long. Hey.
Tua going to throw.
The pressure gets there, and Tua's going to be taken down. That's Grady Jarrett who forced his way through to register the sack.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team Needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
TX. Out.
They'll look to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
On is Jake Bailey to send this one away.
Returning it is Moore. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well. And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
In motion comes the tight end left.
Now Penix. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
And this offense on 3rd down today, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
And he's going to be marked down short of the 1st down. Needed the 40, but he's a yard or 2 shy.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and run for it. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Up the middle, Achane. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now Tua. Dancing to his left.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Falcons force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 26. So a nice play defensively by the rookie, coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
54 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. On second down, another shot for Robinson.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. 7 yards there and a first down.
Robinson with another carry.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, you know they had a third down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
Short throw caught by Pitts. And that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw and coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down.
Penix working out of the gun here. That is caught. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now 2nd and 3. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
And he'll go down at the 28.
This offense in mid-season form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion left. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Ready up. Forward, 17. Here we go.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Buffalo 18. Go.
They'll look to throw here. And it's caught.
And the Falcons are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime.
From the shotgun, it's Penix.
Touchdown, Falcons!
Drake London
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Falcons are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
A final shot before the break. Darnold. And his first throw here is incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. Well, this O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left.
Robinson up the middle.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. 2nd and 9 now. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. The sack there by Bradley Chubb.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Got a man, it's London.
14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Go set. Set.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Escaping the pressure right.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Back to throw, Darnold. Flushed out right.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. He may go.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick six is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, set. Set.
Fresh off the pick six, it's Darnold. Gets this one to Hill. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it's second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot. Inside the 35.
They're on the 32-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Here's Penix. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end.
That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here we go, set. 65.
Looking to throw, Penix. Looking deep here from Mooney.
And that will be incomplete. Now, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
Achane gets it from the gun.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Amari Barno. And the Falcons will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having, because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps, to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
To about the 48-yard line.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd down and 6. And looking to throw, Penix. That one deep for London. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. McKenzie now to return it. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. To the air, Penix. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it.
And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
In motion, Hill. On play action, here's Tua. Short throw to Smith. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's first and goal.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Ready. Out.
Achane. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a fourth down. So on fourth down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Sanders is good, and that will finish off this third quarter of play. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On second down, another shot for Robinson.
Nifty move, and he is out of bounds inside the 30.
93 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. Second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. And we'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play.
While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into Week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. No, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Go ahead.
Looking to pass. Tua. Open man is Waddle, complete.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Now a timeout here, an injured player, and that's Jalen Waddle, who seems to be in some discomfort.
We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
Go ahead.
Here's Tua.
It's Hill, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Tyreek Hill's got another one.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
44. Ready.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 2.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. This one thrown underneath to Achane.
And he gets it down to the 32.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Now Tua.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Tua setting up shop to throw again. That's going to be brought in by Higgins. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 13-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
They're right here.
Here's Higgins out on the right side. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Now, this opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point. But, yeah, that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there. Maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Here comes Mooney now in the jet sweep. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he is going to lose yardage here. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
He's going to let it fly.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. And the Falcons come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Falcons, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.